In the wake of Whitney Houston's death, you said that, I said the jury was still out, but it has been unofficially reported that she was on prescription drugs. But you've made a statement in which you said that we do not know. I want to make sure that I have it accurately. We do not know who gave her drugs and alcohol and who let her slip or pushed her underneath the water. Do you still think she may have been pushed underneath the water?
Actually, if you will repeat that or listen to those words again. See, I'm coming at this from an angle of someone that wants to know the truth. I don't care if it is Whitney Houston, who I happen to love very much, who lived in my hometown, or somebody off the street that we don't know who they are. That's why we have autopsies, to determine one of three things. Did someone die of natural causes, accident, or foul play, homicide? And that's what the question said.
I think did it ever occur to you that maybe implying that someone murdered the woman would put the family into a tizzy?
I think that was the issue that we were...
The funeral hadn't even occurred.
Again, I'm sure it's all fun to sit around and throw stones from behind a coffee cup. But what I said was, I would like to know who was around her, who, if anyone, gave her drugs, alcohol, who let her slip or pushed her under, and went on to say there was no force or trauma to the body. And that is what a medical examiner does.
But the words pushed, I'm sorry, Dawn. The words pushed her under is what had everybody say, that you're implying that this was foul play.
What do you think they do in an autopsy?
And they have said that there is no foul play.
Autopsy. This is a television.
No, it was an autopsy. I was asked to talk about the investigation, and there was an autopsy ongoing.
Now, do you think, even though it's been unofficially reported, do you still think that someone may have pushed her under that water?
From what I believe, I don't think she was pushed underwater. But what I said was regarding an autopsy, and I guess I'm not stating it plainly enough. That is what an autopsy is for, to determine if someone was killed, died of natural causes, or accident.
And if anybody,
and that's what you have to look at.
As a person who, would ever have to go through something as traumatic, I would hope that those questions would be asked of anyone that we loved, right? So I think from the victim standpoint, someone had to ask those questions. You would want them asked.
If one of you turn up, all of you, young and healthy, dead in your bathtub, I will call for an autopsy.
Nancy, I think the issue that we took...
the autopsy. We all agree on that.
The issue that we took, and this is what we do, we have to give our view on everything that comes, is it just happened, and you had a family that was grieving, and this woman affected people in a very deep way. Do you think that maybe you could have waited to say that instead of putting that out there?
When I am asked a direct question, I give a direct and truthful answer, and it's a crime victim of murder.
Okay, I didn't kill nobody. Why are you looking at me like that?
Well, your question, if you want the answer, I'll be happy to give it to you.
Asking every single question possible. I want every question.
I think that some people got angry because they did not want to think that Whitney Houston could have been a victim of foul play, as no one did. But when I'm asked a direct question whether people like the truth or don't like the truth, I'm going to tell it as best as I know it.
Okay, now I've got to do a direct stop of this, much as I would like to go on, and the audience is saying, why doesn't Barbara shut up? And the reason I don't is we now have a word from our sponsor.